Okay, we're gonna work on making this tunic top cover up. I got this little kit at Walmart. Basically, it's 2 yards of fabric, and it says that the instructions are included. So my first tip on this is don't rip this packaging as you take it off, because there is no extra paper. As you can see on the inside, they are printed on the inside. So carefully, undo this right here, and then we can get to the instructions. So let's get started. Okay, so here are the instructions, which are on the inside of the wrapper. And let's see, first we're going to cut a rectangle out of our fabric that is 45 inches wide by 60 long. These dimensions fit most sizes, but feel free to adjust them. So we'll have to cut it and then try it on. Just at the top, mark with a pin. Okay, well, here's the instructions. Doesn't seem too hard. Let's get sewing. Okay, instructions say to cut 48 wide, so that means I have to cut off a half of yard, so 18 inches. So I'm just using my clear ruler that is 18 inches and cutting that to get my width. And that's half an inch. You can certainly use this to make a little scrunchies or something fun, so set that aside. Next, I'm taking my piece of fabric and I'm folding it in half because it says fold and find the center. I'll lay this out. And once I've got it folded here, I'm going to cut one layer, just one layer, up on this fold right here, because this will be the center, because this is how it's going to open right here. So we'll go ahead and cut that. Make sure it's even. So I'm just going to make sure I have one layer. And I'm just going to cut to the fold up here. And stop. So that's just one layer, so you gotta fold. Next, I'm gonna try it on before I do any sewing, because I am short, so everything gotta be adjusted. So you may put it on and it may feel great on you. Clearly, it's way too long on my arms. So I'm going to just make a little mark, and then I'm going to shorten mine up on this side for sure. So lengthwise, I'm good, because it's a cover up and we want it to cover your behind. So I'm good with that, but I'm definitely going to measure this and probably cut off about 4 inches at least. So we'll do that next. And I'm just gonna, you can kind of fold this up. I'm fitting this on myself. Fold it back, see, that hits me at a better spot. So then I'll put a pin and we'll cut that off, and then we will hem that edge, because that's better fit for me for sure. And then I'll do the exact same amount on this side. Okay, let's do that next. Okay, after trying this on, I determined I needed to shorten it up 5 inches. I went and folded this, the fabric in half, and then put it back to where it was. And so I'm just folding this up. I drew my chalk line, 5.5 inches, and I'm going to cut it off, and then we'll be ready to trim the edges. Now, for future reference, I will make note of this measurement, so if I want to make another one, I know how much fabric to get. And then again, this little scrap can be used for scrunchies or something like that, but that way I don't waste any fabric, because we don't want to waste fabric. Okay, so now we are ready to start sewing. Next, I'm going to iron my edges. I'm just going to fold this over. I'm folding in a self edge and press this. And we're going to do this on all the sides, our 2 arm sides, and then across the bottom, and then we'll have to go up and around the neckline. So I'm folding this in, and I'm going to do a double fold. Now, if you have a serger, you could definitely serge the edge and just fold it one time. I'm going to just do a fold here, because this fabric is pretty sheer, and I think I would like it better. You can also do a rolled hem using your rolled hem foot on your sewing machine. So I am just doing what I like to call a fold hem, and we're going to top stitch this, and voila. So I'm going to keep ironing all the way around and then go to the sewing machine. Okay, I want to show you quickly, this is the front opening, and as you see, I'm doing just a narrow hem, and I folded that, but when you get up to, I guess, the back of the neck, it's going to get really narrow, and then you're going to have to kind of taper it. So I just want to kind of show you this because it doesn't really explain this in the instructions, but there's no other way to do that because it's just a straight line. So it gets really skinny, and then you're going to have to just kind of fold into that right there and then fold it again. So that's what that is going to look like. So, and then you're just going to top stitch it. So that's how I am pressing that. And then we'll just go all the way down, and you do that all the way around. Okay, I'm going to start sewing, and my hem is just a fold. I'm going to start across the back, and we're just top stitching. Get that going. Get this thread out here. It's getting hung up. And now we're just going to go all the way around and sew this hem down. Okay, we've got all the edges finished, but it just is you just kind of wear it over your shoulder. So what I'm going to do, and this is not in the instructions, is I'm going to mark, I think, like a halfway point, and I'm just going to pin this, if I can find the pen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a stitch about halfway in, just not all the way over, but about the halfway point to actually make a sleeve. Then I'm put my arms in, that way it doesn't just like fly open. But then we have a cute little beach kimono. This is like, you know, a nice light airy fabric that I can just throw over my suit and I'll be good to go. But I definitely am going to sew a little line, so I'm going to do that now and then I'll be back. Okay, so I made that little stitch line right there. So now it actually has a sleeve. Now, one thing that the picture did show, let me get this, is, I don't know if you can see, but on the image here, she's got some pom-pom trim. It doesn't come with that. I kind of wish it did. So you could add the pom-pom trim, you know, down the sides if you want to. I may or may not. I'm not totally for sure. I don't want to, you just want to do it on the outline because you don't want the trim. Well, I guess you could, but I don't think I want the pom-poms around my neck. You could do it just around the bottom if you wanted to. So that's just a little fashion detail that you can add later, or if you want to do it or not. I might see what's available at the store. I'm not sure, but I kind of like it. This fabric is a little stiff, so I'm going to wash it, just kind of soften it up too. But I like it, super easy, a great little beginner project, and perfect for the beach or the pool. So hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to follow on TikTok or YouTube for more sewing and tips and videos. See ya.